How many of you love John Wick? How many of you have heard of Kim's Convenience? Well, I just found a series which could be the best of both worlds. Sakamoto Days. But first, allow me to give you a review of Chapter 1. So spoilers if you haven't read it yet. It's about a man named Taro Sakamoto, who is the #1 strongest assassin in the entire world. Everyone both feared and admired him greatly. But when he was out shopping, he found love at first sight. They spend some time together, they get married, they have a child together, and he decided to leave his old life behind him. And so they settle down together with him opening up a convenience store. We then get introduced to a young adult named Shin, and he is a clairvoyant so he can read minds. Meaning this will also be a series where you will see some supernatural abilities. And Shin, who's here to meet Sakamoto because they were old colleagues. Not just that, but he was a massive fan of his and admired him greatly, and so he wanted him to get back in the game and return to his old lifestyle of being an assassin. But Sakamoto refused because he is loving his current lifestyle and wouldn't have it any other way. Shin was disappointed, but he realized that he was having a great life with a great family, and so he decided to leave. When Shin got in his car, he got a call from his boss saying did he do the job of taking out Sakamoto. But Shin was against it because Sakamoto was no longer what he used to be and is just living a happy life with his family. His boss did not care and had once again ordered Shin to go and do the job of taking out Sakamoto. Although very reluctant, Shin agreed and returned to the convenience store. And in the battle between Shin and Sakamoto, he was instantly defeated and blacked out. Upon waking up, Shin realizes that Sakamoto is having dinner with his family. He then joins them to have dinner, realize how loving of a family they are together, and so he no longer wishes to take Sakamoto's life and returns to his boss. Shin then returned to his boss, claiming he will not take Sakamoto's head, deeming that it is no longer necessary or needed. But things were getting too dangerous for him, and so when his life has nearly ended, Sakamoto managed to come and save his life. The following battle ensues as we see both Sakamoto and Shin working together to defeat the enemies. After all the enemies were defeated, before Shin could say another word, Sakamoto throws an apron on the ground and essentially tells him to now you're working for me. And the first chapter essentially closes there. Now this manga essentially has two main characters, with them being both Shin and Sakamoto. Meaning we get to experience two perspectives in this manga. The perspective of an underdog who is trying to get stronger, and someone who is already strong running into old enemies. But some of the best parts of the manga are usually aspects you won't see until you read a bit deeper into the series. But one of the best characteristics of this manga is one that you will see quickly in the first couple of chapters, and that is the fight choreographies. While there are many great action series that produce amazing fight scenes, one of the few things about the fights that people tend to overlook is the actual choreography of the fights. But I believe the best series that incorporates it is Jujutsu Kaisen. The way the fights are handled in that series are amazing and are so detailed. From the combative movement to the change of battle locations. I believe Sakamoto Days has that type of element to match Jujutsu Kaisen in that regard. And it only gets better as the series continues, with the next large aspect of Sakamoto Days being its characterization. All characters from the main characters, side characters, all have their own attention to where they each have the time to shine. Whether it is their backstories, their development, and their goals. It's a shame I can't go any deeper than that without giving any spoilers. I'd also like to make it clear that this is one of the series in Weekly Shonen Jump that is following the trend of characters being very expendable to the series. Meaning you will see death, you will see blood, with the series having a very gritty and dark feel while still having the silly aspect to it. And so this means those who love the underdog type of MCs who go from weak to strong, or the type who loves the MC strong from the start, you could both equally enjoy this series. Sakamoto Days, as of the end of 2023, had managed to achieve over 4 million copies in circulation, which is an amazing number if the series is over 100 chapters and has yet to be adapted into an anime, and has released 15 volumes with over 150 chapters at the time of this video. I really hope you give it a read and enjoy it because it's an amazing series that will make you laugh for its comedy and be hyped for its action. That'll be all from me. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my last video where I explain the rising success of Mashle lately this season. Subscribe if you want more manga recommendations. Peace.